Lucid dreams are dreams in which we are conscious and aware that we are dreaming. At this point, the dreamer can manipulate the dream events to his liking, as if he were inside a video game. To know in detail what lucid dreams are, how they work, and what differences they have compared to normal dreams, I leave you the video above. In this video instead, we are going to see how to have a lucid dream. Lucid dreams, according to some experts, are dangerous, as they negatively affect the sleep-wake cycle, and can blur the line between dream and reality. Being able to have a lucid dream is not easy, and varies from person to person, as some are more predisposed to having them than others. First, however, it is important to learn to remember dreams accurately. It is therefore necessary to train the dream memory. How to do it? Before falling asleep, you need to relax and concentrate on wanting to remember the dream. This is very important. You must have the clear intention of wanting to memorize the dream. Turn off the television, computer, and cell phone at least half an hour before going to bed. Maybe read a book that talks about dreams. If you have an underdeveloped dream memory, it may take some time to practice before you can do it. To train your dream memory, take a notebook or the so-called dream diary and a pencil, and keep it near the bedside table. When you happen to remember a dream, start writing down everything you remember, even the most insignificant details. However, you must write it as soon as possible when you wake up, even if it happens in the middle of the night, because the memory of dreams tends to fade quickly. Write down the date of the dream, a short plot of what you remember, and the emotions you felt. In short, write down everything you remember. The dream diary helps in the work of interpretation of dreams, helps to improve the memory, and to keep a window open to our inner world. Experts have discovered some techniques that appear to increase the chances of having a lucid dream. Let's see what they are. Mnemonic induction of lucid dreaming. It consists of going to sleep with the intention of realizing that you are dreaming. In reality, to remember to do some things, we use notes, diaries, and alarm clocks in order to activate some specific areas in the brain. Meanwhile, he starts making mental reminders during the day, such as when you are at home and you think, when I go to the supermarket, I have to remember to buy bananas. It is the so-called perspective memory, a brain function that consists in the ability to remember intentions that were previously designed for the future. In this way, a kind of reminder is activated in the brain, which remains partially active until that specific action is performed. This projection into the future is the basis of the mnemonic induction technique of lucid dreaming. After practicing the reminders during the day, try practicing them at night. For example, before falling asleep, set a mental reminder. In 5 hours I have to wake up and check if I'm dreaming. According to some experts, this technique would be able to stimulate a false awakening, from which you can then become aware, through a reality test, and experience a lucid dream. Reality check method. Reality tests are one of the most used exercises to gain clarity within a dream, and allow us to understand if we are dreaming, or if we are awake. During the day, you have to pay attention several times to things that generally tend to change during the dream, in the hope of triggering a habit to repeat during sleep. You can, for example, count the fingers of your hand. If there are more than 5, you are dreaming. Check the time several times or your reflection to see if it is normal. Reality tests are based on the idea that the tests repeated during the day will then end up penetrating the dreams, allowing to reach a greater lucidity and awareness, and the ability to distinguish the dream state from the waking state. Induction of waking lucid dreaming. It consists in completely relaxing the body, while trying to keep the mind alert. This is the most complicated part. Instead of letting yourself go completely to sleep, you need to try to keep your attention active, and focus on your emotions. It is a difficult technique, because the dreamer must be able to enter a dream directly from the waking state, without any loss of consciousness, since the body remains motionless. For a long period of time, the brain is induced to think that the dreamer has fallen asleep. When this happens, the mind disconnects from the body, just like during sleep paralysis. The brain thus enters the REM phase and begins to develop dreams. Induction for awakening then falling asleep. For example, if you have your alarm clock in 8 hours, put it after 5 to 6 hours. You will wake up so tired and sleepy. At this point, you have to get out of bed and concentrate on wanting to have lucid dreams. Even better, if you briefly read something about lucid dreaming, and then go back to sleep. However, it is a harmful technique for the sleep cycle, especially for those who also have difficulty falling back asleep. External stimulation. This technique involves the use of flashing lights and other stimuli that are activated while the subject is sleeping and is in the REM phase. These are devices capable of recognizing the REM phase of sleep, and consequently emitting auditory and visual tactile signals. These signals must have such an intensity that they can be perceived by the sleeper, but at the same time they must not cause him to awaken. In sleep laboratories, acoustic signals are widely used, and one of the strategies that has been shown to be most effective on about a third of the patients analyzed is to listen to a tape while we sleep, with your own voice that says, "This is a dream. I am dreaming." This signal was applied at the beginning of the REM phase, at a progressively higher volume, until the subject became lucid in the dream. There are also masks to wear when you go to sleep, which have the task of sending light signals during the REM phase. These were some of the most used techniques for achieving lucid dreams.